Tammy's boyfriend, Jerry, from 1,000 Pound Sisters is, drumroll please, married. Holy crap. On 1,000 Pound Sisters, we got to finally meet in person, on camera, Tammy's boyfriend, and oh my god, it was unbelievable. So much stuff went down with him that was awkward, cringy, and kind of just rude with him and Tammy, and also kind of disgusting. But the main thing I want to talk about is the fact that this guy is married. Now this is kind of where it gets weird, because when they've been talking for years and years and years, and they even met up supposedly like last, I think, February-ish of 2020. So they did meet up once. She went to him, but now this time Jerry drove the 8 hours, which is just unbelievable, all the way to Kentucky to be with Tammy. And of course, you know, the elephants in the room. It's been on social media. Jerry was and possibly still is married. I'm not sure if he still is, but I can guarantee you guys one thing. When they were talking online, and when they first met the first time in February, and I believe even when this filming was done, he was married. So here's kind of the deal. Jerry, there is Jerry. I mean, he's a pretty normal looking guy. Now, nothing against Tammy, but she is incredibly unhealthy, and I'm not going to call her ugly or anything. She's not, you know, whatever. People might like her, I don't know, but her personality is just like, she's kind of rude. But anyway, for whatever reason, Jerry likes her. I don't think he has good intentions. I think if I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants to come on the show. Maybe he thinks he's going to get famous. Maybe he'll get some money out of it. But, I mean, I do not think he has good intentions. However, he came on and it was very awkward. So before I go into everything that went down with this whole episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters, I do want to talk about Tammy and Jerry. What is their deal? So here is the deal. They met online. They met on a group of just, I guess it's called Big Beautiful Women, I guess. Kind of a really weird thing. I don't know what he's doing in there. I think some people just are into that kind of stuff, I guess. I wouldn't be one of them, but hey, he can do whatever he wants to do. I just kind of feel like I've read some stuff, and I've heard that there are some people that like when their ladies are a little bit larger and they're constantly eating, and it's like a real thing. And okay, yeah, I think Jerry has it, because, you know, I'll talk more on it in a minute, but we even saw he was like sneaking her candy, sneaking her dessert, and we got a scene, a preview for the next episode. He went and bought her a 32-ounce milkshake. So we all know it's not healthy. I mean, 32 ounces. Back when I used to eat carbs, and now I don't because I have diabetes, you know, I wouldn't even, I mean, 32 ounces is ginormously huge. And I mean, I don't know why it's not this big, but it is still very big. And this crazy guy went and bought her one. So not cool, definitely. He's trying to, yeah, he must be, I mean, he definitely wants her to gain weight, but he gets called out later in the episode that I will talk about of, you know, they were just like, well, hey, do you want to help her or not? Because if you're giving her sweets and candy and 32-ounce milkshakes, you're definitely not trying to help her lose any weight. And like this whole video is about, yes, the guy 100% was married. Tammy has talked about it. And I believe what happened, and once again, I'll talk more on this, but I believe what happened was he was married, I think he still is, and he was finally on this show, and his wife got word, and she just switched her Facebook profile to now divorced. Because if you go on her Facebook right there, it now says divorce, but I swear to you guys, like days and days and days ago, really recently, it did say she was still married. So I think she is still with this guy, and according to Jerry and Tammy, because they have both talked about it, mainly Tammy. Tammy's talked about it on social media. It's a known thing that Jerry is married, and she just says, look, his wife is sick, and when I heard that, I was like, well, that doesn't give you a right, though, to be with a married man. So definitely not very cool on Tammy's part. And if you guys are wondering, well, maybe they're just friends. No. We got to hear Tammy talk about their romantic life, and Amy claims that she could hear everything going on in that room. So I am not even going to comment, because completely disgusting, and it sounds like they even did a little something when they first met in February. So he completely has been cheating this entire time, and it is completely unbelievable. So if him not being married, or maybe he was married, but either way, during this relationship, the guy was married. I think what happened is the episode aired, and we finally got to see Jerry on this show, and then the wife got word, and she just, you know, said that she's divorced on her Facebook. But I still think, I can almost bet hard, cold cash, that they were still married, and and they might even still be married now, but it's like she has to save face and say she's divorced. I can't say for sure, but it's literally said, it said married on her profile for the longest time. So number one red flag, the guy was married. I don't care what anyone says, I know for a fact the guy was married, and Tammy admitted it, and she was acting like it was no big deal, which is like, well, it is still cheating, and the guy does have 6 kids. But once he got there, you know, of course, Amy had to ask, hey, nice to meet you. Okay, do you have any kids? Do you have any grandkids? What is your deal? And he, first off, has about 2 words. I don't know if he was just shy or if he was hiding something. I personally think the guy was just hiding something, and I think he was there for the wrong reasons. And then when everyone started questioning him, he kind of clammed up. That's what I think happened, but I could be wrong. But number one, the guy has 6 kids. Number 2, he has 5 grandkids, and he had like no idea. That was the funniest thing. She goes, do you have any grandkids? And she asked him like, there's no way he has any grandkids because he looks relatively young. I think he's like in his 40s. And then he goes, well, yeah, I got 5. She was like, you have 5 grandkids? So now all of a sudden Tammy's a grandma, which is just ridiculous, but more on that in a minute. So no one was really vibing with him. For whatever reason, Tammy was really into him. And for me, the worst thing about Jerry was not the fact that he was married, or that he has his other family and all this other stuff, or that he lives 8 hours away. The thing for me that I thought was just the most ridiculous was Tammy cannot walk. She has to get pushed around in a wheelchair. Obviously, it is really difficult to push her. But it's like, Jerry didn't push her. Amy's husband was the one pushing her around, and he didn't even try to help. And there was one time in the episode where they went to like a haunted house, kind of haunted, I don't even know, kind of thing. But they had to go on this trailer, and you know, Amy's husband pushed him on, and then the person that was working at this haunted house thing also pushed, and Jerry was just looking back like this. He had no comment, wasn't saying anything, and it's like, dude, can't you freaking help? I mean, this is just so unbelievable. And Tammy was kind of like, well, you know, he has dated bigger women in the past, but it's just like, I don't buy this. I think his wife, she is bigger, but she's not Tammy's size. I don't think, I can guarantee you guys, she's not in a wheelchair. And so I think once he saw that, he probably possibly got a little bit thrown off guard, but still, dude, I can tell you guys one thing, if he was there for the right reasons, he'd at least be trying to push her around, and if he actually cared about her, he'd be trying to kind of pitch in and help. And then that is when at that haunted house thing, you know, Amy kind of called him out and just said, look, are you here to help her lose weight? And of course he goes, oh yeah, I'm all for it. But then, you know, she goes, well, really? Because guess what? We know you're sneaking her candy and dessert and things like that, which that is exactly the opposite if you want her to lose any weight. But now if you're wondering, well, are Tammy and Jerry still together? Nah, are you kidding me? They had nothing in common. There's really nothing going on. Supposedly they were doing stuff in their room, which is just strange. But besides that, they really had nothing going on, and they really weren't even talking much. And it sounds like in present day, obviously this was filmed in October because it was filmed during Halloween, but it sounds like in present day, they are not still together. And according to a fellow YouTuber, I do not know much of this, I just kind of skimmed across it, so I do have to give her credit. This is not my story, but according to Backwoods Barbie, who I think actually used to subscribe, I don't know if she still does, but she used to subscribe to me, I believe. But either way, she shared a video saying that now Tammy is with this other woman. There's her picture. When I saw the picture, I just said, oh my god. Tammy shared it, and it said, this is my new girlfriend, and her name is Kane. Come on, this is not real. This is so freaking fake. So, I mean, this is a joke. But it does sound like the Backwoods Barbie YouTuber also said that she did like a reverse Google search, and she found out within seconds that no, that person's actually an influencer. She even shared the name. I'll put a link, you know, I'll do this. I'll put a link above this video to Backwoods Barbie's video. You can watch it for yourself. She shared more in-depth detail, but I mean, come on, this is not the first time Tammy has gotten catfished. Nothing against Tammy, but why on earth would some random person named Kane all of a sudden be trying to date her? Nothing against her. I'm just saying, it's like, Kane, this Kane person, not even the person's name, but Kane is a model. Really? You think Kane is trying to be with you? I call BS, not true, and I believe this Backwoods Barbie YouTuber lady also confirmed that it was complete catfish. So, 1,000 Pound Sisters, I am starting to love this show. I don't know about y'all, I think the show is freaking hilarious, and for the rest of the episode, that was just about it. It's drama with Tammy at this point. She needs to get her weight under control. Supposedly, Amy went and bought Tammy, because Amy's moving out, and so she went and bought Tammy, you know, meal delivery things, which they just, you know, deliver your meals for you so you don't have to do anything, which is probably the last thing they should do. If I was her, I'd say, no, you can go make your food and I'll even buy your groceries for you. Here you go. You can have eggs, lettuce, broccoli, chicken, and that's about it. And I mean, I'm telling y'all, if I had about 6 months with her, she'd be down to normal weight. I can guarantee you guys. That's why I can't stand to watch this show, because I'm like, come on, Tammy, if you hung out with me for a minute and we got you on my workouts, I don't eat carbs. I eat very low carb because of my diabetes. So I could get her whipped right into shape and she'd be ready to go. I could guarantee you guys, because we could lose about 200 pounds very quick. However, yeah, so she went and got these meal delivery kits, probably the dumbest thing you could do for Tammy, and guess what she did? She ate 32 of them in 2 days. That's what I saw in a preview. I don't know how that's even physically possible. That's like what? 16, I believe? I could be totally wrong, but I think it's like 16, yeah, meals a day. How is that even somewhat? I mean, what are you even eating? Because if it's healthy meals, it's like, gosh, she's eating that much food. But if it's unhealthy stuff, that's still kind of just disgusting. So Tammy, Amy, 1,000 Pound Sisters, a very hilarious show. So comment below what you guys think of this. If y'all definitely, if you like the show, I will definitely keep making videos on it. And while we are on the TLC topic, I was going to do a video on Whitney from My Big Fat Fabulous Life because she got to FaceTime Chase and the baby, which was just awkward, weird, and cringy. I really don't understand why she even did it in the first place. I was going to make a video, then I was kind of like, yeah, you know what? I really don't even care. I kind of can't even stand Whitney. So I think I'm just going to skip that one. But it was a decent episode. Like I said, nothing really happened. We found out that Chase had the baby. Whitney freaked out. She was so upset, so mad, which is like, you knew it was coming. You had the baby. That's typically what happens when a girl's pregnant. They have a baby. So it's like, you knew it was going to happen, Whitney. So I don't know why she was so unbelievably mad. And she took it out on all of her friends. And then it was just kind of ridiculous. And then Chase ended up FaceTiming her with the baby. And then, of course, Whitney was crying. It was all a big dramatic thing. I kind of can't stand Whitney. I'm sorry. I find her very rude and annoying, but that is just me. So y'all, oh my god, make sure to comment below what you think of these two hilariously good, interesting, kind of weird shows. Y'all better please make sure to hit that like, hit the comment below, hit the subscribe and share button. Y'all better stay tuned for many more videos.